Does your AI work perfectly and you just need some more trouble in your life? Oh boy, do I have the right thing for you, because today I want to show you how to install Vladomatic, which is an alternative to Automatic 1111, but the benefit here is it has already some extensions worked into the system and it also runs faster. Also a huge shout out to my Discord community who helped me get everything set up and run perfectly. So first of all, here we have the GitHub page, and there's all the information here, and you have a little of a preview here of the UI. You can see there is sliders. It's black and orange, but you can change it if you don't like it. I changed mine right away. Down here, you see that there is a bunch of extensions already integrated into this version of Automatic 1111. For example, ControlNet, LoRa, image browser is already there. So some pretty cool stuff there, right? And when you scroll down a little bit more, you see here the suspiciously short install guide. Of course, you need Python and Git. So I figured that Python 3.10.6 works good, but basically every version of 3.10 should work correctly with this. If you don't have it, maybe try this version. You want to scroll down here to the bottom, and there you'll have Windows Installer 64-bit. So download that, run that, and when you run that, that's pretty important, you want to go to custom install, and there is a hook for adding the path to Windows, so you want to check that. It's pretty important. And then another thing you also need is Git for Windows. Both of them are free, by the way, so this you just download and install. It's super easy. Now next, what you want to do is go back to the GitHub page, and here you have the Git clone line, so you want to copy that, and then next go anywhere on your computer where you want to install this version of Automatic 1111. I made a folder for myself here called Vlad 1111. Click up here in the address bar and then write cmd and hit enter. So now you are in the command window. Here you are going to paste the git clone and then hit enter, and this will download the folder for you. After that, you will have the Automatic folder in here. Double click to open that and scroll down. You have a lot of files down here. Now the first file that is interesting for you is the launch PI. You want to double click that, and this is going to start the install process for you. Now this does not have a progress bar for a lot of things, so it does look like it's frozen sometimes. Just wait until sometimes happen, can take quite a while. It is installing a lot of stuff and also downloading some stuff, so that can take a little bit. If you have errors, by the way, join my Discord. There are people in there who helped me a lot getting this to run. That's really a good way to get your problem solved. Now, after this has finished and everything is set up, you want to close that command window, and you want to scroll down here to where it says webui.bat, and you want to double click on that. Now for me, when I did that, it ran another lots of installs for the extensions and other things. Also, it asked me if I want to download a model. I won't suggest that to you unless you don't have the basic 1.5 Stable Diffusion model, because otherwise you will simply change the path of the models after you've set everything up to your normal Automatic 1111 folder. So let that run through. And then I would actually suggest to you, close the command window, shut down your computer, start everything again, and then double click here on the good old web UI bed to start everything up, so you can be sure everything in your system is ready to go. So the next thing you know, we are actually in Vladomatic, Vlad 1111. It looks like this. It's pretty cool actually. I changed my look, of course, as you can see here. No orange sliders for me. So the first thing is to go over to settings, and you want to go through some stuff here with me. First of all, you want here to go to Userinterface on the left side. The first thing here that is important is up here you have the UI. You can actually click on that. There's a long list of different UI designs. When you select one, you can actually click here on the preview theme button, and this will show you a picture of what it looks like. I am using Gradio default. This is why mine looks like that. Now, mine might look different than yours because I'm using the Opera GX browser in dark mode. This is why everything here is dark for me. For you, it might be white. Of course, after you've done that, you want to click on Apply Settings here. Now, sometimes for some settings, it's enough to restart the UI, but restarting the UI sometimes actually introduces problems with some functions. So alternatively, what you want to do here is to close down your CMD window and just restart it from the user UI bed. Let's go through some other settings I'm suggesting for you. So first of all, down here you have the quick settings, and there you want to add the SD_VAE. Now what this is doing after you've restarted everything is you have up here a quick selector for the VAE you're using. I'm using that a lot because different models sometimes need a different VAE to get a better looking result or a more colorful result. So that is actually a good choice to have this up here as a pop-down menu. Another very important thing you want to do here is to unhook send size when sending prompt or image to another interface. Now, the reason why you want to do that is because every time you send from text over here to image, this will also send the size resolution here. And if you use that a lot, like I do for an upscaling process and image to image, this will mean you always have to set the size here, and that can be quite a pain. Next, we're going up to Stable Diffusion here, and there, if you want to use Xformers, you have to click here to activate that, and then of course restart again. Now, you might not actually need that because this web UI is using Torch 2.0 and also SDP to make everything faster. Now here's another very important thing. You want to go here to System Paths, and there you have the different paths, for example, for your Stable Diffusion checkpoints, but also for your VAE files, so that this web UI can load all of these models from there, and you don't have to copy them, you don't have to re-download them again. Another important thing, when you click on the left side here for images, you will see that the file format here as a standard file format is JPEG for your images, but also JPEG for your grids. If you want to have them in PNG, just write PNG in here. So you have a looseless file format, of course, that needs more storage on your drive. Another setting you might want to do can be found here under live previews. Here you have the steps that should be rendered until you see a preview. I set mine to 1, which means that it's updating every render step, but you can also set it to a higher value. What this will do is when you render something, it will show you a little animation here of what is already happening. The benefit for me in this case is that I can see if something is going wrong, if I don't like the result, and then I can simply interrupt the render and save some time and computing power like that. Under sampler parameters, you can hide or unhide different sampler methods, and I found when I installed it that quite a lot of them have been hidden. So all of them with a check mark here are hidden from your pop-down menu, and there are some of my favorites among them. So I unchecked, for example, DPM++ 2SA Keras. For that, again, you have to apply that and then restart completely, not just restart the UI. And there you can see I have these samplings methods. And last but not least, it has a built-in image browser. Now for me, for some reason, when I go to this tab, it doesn't automatically load the images. I have to click on first page here every time I go to that. Here you can see the images that you have already generated. If you have something you don't like, you can click on that, and then down here you have a delete button so you can remove it from your drive. That's fairly useful. Now, as you have seen here, when I go to the first page, there is a limited number of images that are shown here. So for that, you're going to the settings, you're going here on the left side to image browser, and here you can set the number of the columns, the number of the rows, the minimum number of pages per load. And what you can also do here is that you can make your check mark to use optimized images in the thumbnail interface. Another thing you might want to look into is here I don't have clip skip on the top as I have an Automatic 1111. The reason for that is because here it is actually built into the interface. So when you look down here, you have clip skip with a slider that goes from 1 to 4. Now, usually for most models, clip skip 1 is perfect, so it takes all of the layers. Now, when you have a model like, for example, a ref animated, you might want to use clip skip 2. This can also be beneficial for a lot of the anime models out there. As in Automatic 1111, down here you have your script, and one of the scripts you absolutely want to check out is the X epsilon plot. And one of the things you want to check out in there is the function prompt SR, which means search and replace. For that, you can set a word that is in your prompt. For example, here, let's say I'm using the word ninja here. So I would write down here ninja, comma, and then have a list of other things I want to replace it with. I could write ninja, priest, wizard, astronaut, policewoman, stuff like that, every time with a comma in between. And then this will render through all of these variations where this part of the prompt is changed. Now, here's a pro tip. When you have one of these words that is looking for example, ninja in that case, everything you write after the comma can be multiple words. So you can, for example, also write older ninja or young geisha. You can do a list of things. You can also have other things in there. For example, you can write ninja, blonde, black hair, sunglasses. That is also okay. You can do a lot of things that can be super, super helpful. Let me know in the comments if you want me to check this out in my live stream on Sunday. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and see you soon. Bye. Oh, you're still here. So this is the end screen. There's other stuff you can watch like this or that. It's really cool. And yeah, I hope I see you soon. Leave a like if you haven't yet. And well, yeah,